Good morning to all. Myself, Nitisha Soni, Assistant Professor in Nursing Department in RPIIT Technical and Medical Campus, Karnal. Today, we will discuss about polyhydramnios. Having too much amniotic fluid, that is called polyhydramnios. Now start. First one is introduction. Polyhydramnios is a medical condition that occurs in pregnancy and characterized by excess of amniotic fluid in amnion sac that is more than the expected level for the gestational age. It is seen in about 1% of pregnancies. Second one is definition. Polyhydramnios is defined as a state where liquid amni exceed 2000 ml. Polyhydramnios is a medical condition when the amniotic fluid index, that is called AFI, is greater than 24 centimeter. Normal level in amniotic fluid is 600 to 800 ml and amniotic fluid index is normal range is 8 to 18 centimeter. Next is cause of polyhydramnios. There are many causes of polyhydramnios. First one is idiopathy. Second one is fetal anomalies, that genetics. Fetal anomaly in this under encephaly, facial cleft, esophageal atresia, diaphragmatic hernia. Next cause is genitourinary tract system, multiple pregnancy. Now next one is clinical type of polyhydramnios. They have defined is to two types of polyhydramnios. First one is acute polyhydramnios. Second one is chronic polyhydramnios. First, acute polyhydramnios. In this, if amniotic fluid increase rapidly over days can cause severe symptoms is known as acute polyhydramnios. Second is chronic polyhydramnios. If amniotic fluid volume increase progressively over a month, the symptoms are usually milder is known as chronic polyhydramnios. Second is next one, sign and symptoms of acute polyhydramnios, that is first type of clinical type and type polyhydramnios is acute polyhydramnios. Acute polyhydramnios symptoms is abdomen pain, nausea or vomiting, fluid thrill may be present, abdomen is ugly and enlarged, fetal part cannot be felt normal but the fetal heart sound is audible. And second type of chronic polyhydramnios, signs and symptoms of chronic polyhydramnios are dyspnea is more common in supine position, edema in leg, uterine contraction and uterine discomfortness. Next is signs and symptoms of the normal polyhydramnios. Difficulty in breathing, feeling tightness in the belly, swelling in the lower extremities, patient look ill, absent of features of shock, fluid thrill is present. Various lab investigation for the polyhydramnios. First one is blood test. Blood test for infection disease is associated with polyhydramnios may be offered. Second is amniocentesis. Amniocentesis is a procedure in which a sample of amniotic fluid which contain fetal cell and various chemical produced by baby are removed from the uterus for testing. Testing may use to screen the chromosomes for abnormality. Now third is non-stress test. This test check how to baby heart rate react when the baby moves. During the test, patient will wear a special device on the abdomen to measure the baby's heart rate. A buzzer-like device can be used to wake up the baby and encourage the baby for movement. Next is diagnostic test for polyhydramnios. First one, ultrasound. In this test, under fetal abnormalities, excess amniotic fluid. Second test is abdominal examination. In this inspection, palpation. Complications of the polyhydramnios. First is preterm labor, premature rupture of membrane, placenta separated from fetus, internal bleeding, umbilical cord prolapse. Discuss the management of the polyhydramnios. The patient who has symptomatic polyhydramnios may need hospital admission. Medical management. Antacid may be prescribed to relieve heartburn and nausea. Prostaglandin synthesis inhibitor. First one, indomethacin. Indomethacin crosses the placenta and can reduce the fetal urine production to treat the polyhydramnios. Its dose should be reducing renal blood flow. Dose is 25 mg per 6 hour per oral. Sulindac, that is second prostaglandin synthesis inhibitor. That dose is 200 mg per 12 hour per oral. Next one is nursing responsibility. Following conditions are assessed. Assess the excess fluid volume. Assess patient general condition. Monitor intake and output every 4 hours. Assess fetal condition by electronic fetal monitoring. Assess the abdominal girth to assess uterine height and compare with the previous measurement. Now, today we will discuss about polyhydramnios. Their types, they are divided into two types: acute polyhydramnios. Second type is chronic polyhydramnios. Now, next is sign and symptom. They are defined into two types of sign and symptom: chronic polyhydramnios sign and symptom and acute polyhydramnios sign and symptom. And next one is normal polyhydramnios sign and symptom. Next is investigation. How to do the investigation in chronic polyhydramnios and acute polyhydramnios. Now next is sign and symptoms of acute polyhydramnios and chronic polyhydramnios. And next one is diagnostic evaluation in polyhydramnios. And last one is nursing responsibility. I hope you are all both of understand in this topic. Thank you.